Good afternoon and welcome to Pinhole Quilting. I'm Liz and my husband Pete is behind the camera and we welcome you today on a beautiful summer's day. At last, post Festival of Quilts, we've got some sunshine. So I'm here with my cup of tea and Pete's there with his cup of something.
Coffee.
Oh, he's got coffee. He's not really a tea drinker, our Pete. So it has been a very busy few weeks. Getting ready for festival, and now sorting out our lovely showroom so that we can welcome customers. Workshops coming up, we've got open day in September, we've got lots of thread to put away and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't know whether, we'll post some photos in due course, but it's looking stunning. It's all colour coordinated. Anyway, we've got lots to talk to you about today. We're a little bit late because I just took an order for one of these lovely machines. So thank you very much and congratulations to our newest Handi Quilter owner. And we'll be installing her machine in 6 to 8 weeks when the next batch of machines arrive because we sold out at the show. This was such a popular machine at the show and with good reason. I know those of you who've already got sit-down models like the Sweet 16 love your machines, and it is a lovely machine, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And if you're thinking about upgrading, you know, where do you go to from a Sweet 16 if you don't have the space for a stand-up model? This is a great place to go because not only is it a stationary model that we can sit down at the lift table which goes going up, going down. Isn't that great? But also it converts to a frame, a movable machine should you wish to in the future. So it's got the same body and it's got some blanking pieces for where the handlebars would normally go. So if you're sitting on the fence or you don't have the space yet, this is a great way to go. We will have details in due course, but this particular machine is at the moment stationary, but in the future we'll have the upgrade option. I say upgrade. You can go, I think you can go either way, can't you, Pete? Can you go from, you think? We'll have to check.
Don't know. It's so new to us. We don't know answers to questions like that.
No, we knew last week. We literally knew last week. So, Festival of Quilts 2023. What a festival it was, the 20th year, and I have done 18 of those years, which is, I think, a fair achievement. I didn't do the first one because I was on holiday and it was a late thing that they decided to do this Festival of Quilts. The very first year, but Cotton Patch did when I was working there, and I skipped it in 2016. So a long time it's been going, and what a 2023 20th year it was. We enjoyed meeting up again with Angela Walters and her husband Jeremy and their family who came over from the States, and Angela and I had talked about that in 2018. Of course, it was cancelled in 2020 for COVID, but wow, it was just brilliant seeing Angela again. We went out for a meal on the Friday night and just caught up with staff, and she met some of her groupies. That would be our members of staff, Pauline and Carolyn primarily, who were definitely groupies of Angela. So Angela did some live demonstrations, and I've put that as a video on our YouTube channel so you can watch it at leisure. And Angela shows you how to do some free motion quilting as well as real work at the beginning. So, we joked about like the fact we haven't put in, either of us have never entered a quilt competition, and we joked about doing a joint one. I'm going to do one. I'm definitely going to do one. In fact, I'm already part of one that will be in, hopefully, Festival of Quilts next year, part of the competent quilters who came first this year in the group quilt. I did not take part because I was just too busy doing this. So I'm going to make time for 2023. In fact, I've just got my quilt design. I was doing it on Tuesday, on my day off. So I had a day off on Tuesday. Pete was still working. But what I did was I designed my quilt block, which will form part of our group quilt. It's very exciting. And so I know what I'm doing. I've got it all designed. I've done it in Pro Stitcher Designer, so it will be all thread. It seems only appropriate that as a long arm seller of these lovely Handi Quilter machines that I should do it in stitch. So that's going to be pretty fun. So that was Festival of Quilts. I say that was Festival of Quilts. How could we possibly summarize it in a short period of time? There were so many things, weren't there, Pete? Do you want to tell me if I've just been talking without any sound?
somebody would have said, and nobody said anything.
They
So
might
you
not.
must be.
They might not. They might always have me on mute. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, Pete's not saying. That would never happen.
Who would even
Pete
think
isn't
of
saying
doing
that's
that?
not even a chance.
It's never even crossed my mind.
He's laughing. If only he had that button himself. Ah, dear. Okay, so who have we got online?
We have, I must mention Karen in Anglesey, who's first again and very pleased about it.
Very good, Karen. You win the prize. You do. You win the prize. Hello there.
Carol in County Durham, it's online. Carol.
Oh, Carol, how are you? How are you? Carol had to go home early. Wasn't very well.
Poor Carol. She was helping out and being a star salesperson on our stand, and sadly fell a little bit poorly during the show, so
there's a
had
few
to go
people who
home.
were ill. So I hope you're feeling better, Carol. Up to that point, you were doing a great job of chatting with customers and telling them how much you love your Moxie with Pro Stitcher Light, as usual.
We've got Margaret in North Carolina again. Hi, Margaret.
Hello, Margaret.
Maggie in Wiltshire is a repeat offender.
Hi, Maggie. Repeat offender. We got quite a few of those.
And Leslie and no doubt Charles up in Tyne-and-Wear are watching us.
Yes, how
as well.
lovely to see them. Wasn't it nice?
It was fabulous.
It was so nice to meet you guys. It really was. You know, it's like it's one of those things when we've kind of been chatting away on emails, and we even did a lot of WhatsApp, didn't we? But Charles, yeah, what a nice guy. Yeah. So that's brilliant to meet you. So Leslie, you're very lucky. He's a very nice man.
Di Bell, I think you had a go on the Amara ST at the show as well, Di, didn't you?
She did. Just before Angela Walters. In fact, I think we've got you on the same piece of fabric. So, yeah, I hope you liked it, Di. I don't suppose you'll be upgrading soon because you love your suite. And, you know, the suite does what you want, so that's fine. This is really nice. This is really nice. In fact, I've got a quilt that I started on the Suite 16. I'm going to finish it on this because I've just been playing on it, and it really is superb. Really is superb. I mean, the Amara is kind of it's our favourite, isn't it, really, the Amara?
I've said it
which is a
many
20-inch movable machine on the frame, Amara 20, and this is the Amara ST, and it's gorgeous. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to be doing some quilting on it in a moment after I stop jabbering away. What else?
So we've got Christine Twigg.
Oh, Christine. Now, Christine's got the Amara 24 with Pro Stitcher, like the stretch version of this, and lovely, lovely setup. So, yeah, let me know how you're getting on, Christine. Oh, we need to do some Pro Stitcher sessions with Christine. I need to do some Pro Stitcher sessions with you. I can't remember if we've got them booked in the diary or not.
Annette in Selby.
Hey, Annette. Good to see you. Really good to see you.
Yeah, so I'll just complete the name check for today.
Name check.
Hope I don't miss anybody as I'm scrolling down the list. Jenny James, nice to see you at the show. Jenny.
Yes, Jenny, yes.
Joe Pike, who's in the mother of all traffic jams on the A30 at Exeter. Well, it is grockle season, Joe, isn't it?
Oh.
But that's a shame.
Oh, it's really nice to see Joe. And she's getting on really well with her Capri Pete.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Joan Arnold in Stockport. Now, I think of all the postcodes in the country, we've delivered and installed more machines in the PR Preston postcode in the last 12 months than any other.
It's curious.
Well, I wonder if it's to do, as somebody said to me at the show, it's probably to do with the fact, of course, that is very much a textiles area in the UK. So, people are stitchers and have been stitchers for 150 years.
For many years. Stockport, Preston. Because we've got a lot of SKs as well, haven't we?
Yes, we've got a lot. So, Diane said it was Fern on the Amara ST. Carol's feeling a lot better, and we're very happy to hear that, Carol.
Oh, that's really good, Carol. I've got your quilt, Carol, because you couldn't take it back with you. I've got it hanging up in the showroom. I hung it up for safety. It looks beautiful. We've got Linda's, we've got Pauline Burbage, we've got a Linda Jackson, and we've got a Carol Watson. Looks fabulous. You must enter a quilt show. You absolutely must. We're gonna do a little Facebook group. I'll let you know about it in due course. But Carol, it's gonna be questioned as to why you not entered it. Okay? Okay, anything else, Peter?
So Marion, we saw Marion at the show as well. Marion Binkcliffe.
Oh yes, Marion. Hi, Marion.
And she says that her spring jumped out last week. That'll be the backlash spring, probably in the bobbing case. Thank goodness you had mentioned what to do in those circumstances, Pete. So yes, I think that recent Facebook Live was useful. Yeah,
we've had a lot of really good feedback about that one. That was when Pete was on his own. He did the whole tension thing. And he's a very methodical chap. Comes from your accounting background, doesn't it, Pete?
And I jabbered on for an hour.
He did. He doesn't realise. He always says, "Can't believe you talked for so long," and then he does an hour himself. Not a problem, is it, Pete?
Well, I don't do it every week. Maybe it would be a problem if I tried to do it every week.
No, I think you could do it.
And Christine Twigg says, "Yes, please," to the Pro Stitcher training. Right.
PS training.
Okay, there we are. We're up to date.
Right. So let me tell you about some things at the show. Our badges. I love my Handi Quilter were very, very popular. It was a really good way for people to connect. I know that Di was in the hotel when she was staying at Festival of Quilts and spotted another Handi Quilter owner because they were wearing a badge. So it was a really nice. I'm hoping that those kind of things did happen. That was the idea. Maybe I need them in bright orange, but it won't be corporate. So that's really good. What was amazing, Pete, was how many badges we gave away.
Yes.
Wasn't it? I haven't got that many left.
No, I know.
And that tells me how many I gave away.
I was thinking about that. And probably, well, there was loads, wasn't it? Nearly 200.
I was going to say my figure would be 200. Mm-hmm. And that's just people who've got Handi Quilters who came to the show.
Came to the show, yes.
And came to our stand. Because not everybody will have known about it.
Nope.
So that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. What about other things? Badges for owners? Oh yes, let's talk about shows. So you might have come to Festival of Quilts and you might have been tempted but thought, I'm not so sure. So if you would like to come to see us at another show, let's talk about the shows we're going to. So we'll be at Belfast. We're very excited to be going to the Belfast show. We'll be going over the water to Belfast, and we'll have Derek will be with us. Won't he? Derek, who basically he's our senior engineer and he covers Northern Ireland and Ireland. And so we'll have machines to demo on. We won't have much product. So if you need anything and you want us to bring it over, please let us know in advance, and you can check out using the pickup at the Belfast show.
Yeah,
we'll have that in due course. It's not set up yet.
We'll set it up for next week. So if you're in Ireland and you're planning to go to the show, then you'll be able to order online, pay online, and we'll bring your products to the show for collection.
That's right.
Because, as Liz said, we won't have the space to take our full range as we did at the show, at Festival of Quilts.
That's right. And the 29th of September to the 1st of October, gosh, can you believe it? We're talking about October already. We'll be at the Harrogate show. Well, Pete will definitely be there. I might not be. It depends. Yeah, it depends, because we're going to have Carol and we'll have Graham as well. So you come along, have a demonstration of the machines, including the beautiful Strokes It Again Amara 20 sit down. Amara ST. So Harrogate show, that's always a good show. It's lovely because it's the quilt competition as well. And if you're thinking about entering competitions and you want to do one in 2024, that's a good one to do at if you're in the north of England.
Terry Summerfield says that she is planning on a quilt for festival next year.
Yes.
Hopefully on your new Amara ST, Terry.
Absolutely, Terry. How exciting is that? Terry. Oh my God. I've got a lovely picture of Terry. I haven't posted it yet. It'll be part of our little roundup of Festival of Quilts, whereas Terry is standing by the machine she's just ordered, the Amara ST, which is very exciting. And as a previous Handi Quilter owner, I'm delighted that you've decided to upgrade to it. Let's just talk about machine offers. So we've got some great machine offers that are on until the 31st of August. Call us if you're interested in a machine. They really are excellent offers. If you didn't come to the show, now is the time to call us. Talk to us about what you're looking at, what you're thinking about, or whatever. We can do Zoom, we can do WhatsApp, if you would like to look at the machines in the showroom. We've nearly got the showroom back to a position where we can actually do demonstrations. No fabrics loaded on at the moment, pretty much, but we can throw something on without much time, because that's what you get when you get a long arm machine. You can get quilting very quickly. So machine offers, you don't have to take delivery until the 15th of December on any of the machine offers, but if you want it sooner, then a lot of the machines we have in stock, except for the ST because we sold out. Pre-loved, we have some very, very nice options on pre-loved machines right now. Quite a selection of machines. We've got a Vanti Pro Stitcher, we've got a Moxie Pro Stitcher Lite, we've got a sit-down Sweet 16, we've got Simply 16s
on studio frames,
and one on a little foot with a little buddy.
Yeah.
So some really good options there on those frames and machines. The other thing that we launched at the show, where people were discussing about the fact they'd maybe got another machine already, maybe not even a Handi Quilter, we're now doing a trade-in option. So if you have an existing machine and you want to trade it in, talk to us. Pete's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, this is a new scheme. Handi Quilter launched it in the States, I think, earlier this year, and we are now launching it here. So if you have a long arm machine, which we define as any machine with a throat space of over 15 inches or over, you can trade it in against a new Handi Quilter, and we will give you a trade-in discount of anything between £500 and £2,500, depending on which Handi Quilter machine you buy. So any brand, any age, any condition, we will trade it in and give you a significant discount. So let us know if you're interested. We can give you more details.
Absolutely. No, it's a really exciting option, and Pete was talking, and I mentioned it to some customers at the show. So it gives us another option if you've got an existing machine to get you onto a lovely Handi Quilter. So give us a call and we can talk through how it could work for you. Now, one of the customers who has our lovely Handi Quilter Avanti is Pauline Burbage. She's a Handi Quilter ambassador, and we have one of her quilts hanging in our showroom. Pauline was at the show, and it was a great opportunity for us to catch up with Pauline. Now, Pauline has got quilts in various collections around the world. But she just let me know about a show in the Scottish Gallery in Edinburgh at 16 Dundas Street. The show's called Folk at Heart, and it runs from the 31st of August to the 23rd of September. So I'll post details on our Facebook page. But if you're in that area of Scotland, then it would be really nice to go along and have a look at Pauline's exhibition. So Pauline's based in the Scottish borders, and she has a fantastic place there. You can see her gallery on her website at paulineburbage-quilts.com, and it's so take a look. The other thing that we've got is, I just got information from one of our lovely customers, Sarah Joy Ford, who just graduated from Manchester Metropolitan University with a doctorate, and I'm just reading this now. I literally just got the email today. Anyway, Sarah Joy Ford, she does some really interesting work. She did at Plas Newydd, Historic House and Gardens in 2022. She had an exhibition called Beloved Crafting Intimacies with the Ladies of Llangollen. And she's got some other solo shows that she's got. I'll post the information on this. Now, the exciting thing is that she's going to have her a body of her new textile works, which is called Hair, and it's going to be in London at the Bobinska Brownlee Gallery between the 21st of September and the 28th of October. And Sarah Joy's got what was lovely actually was that I met Sarah Joy a few years ago when she came with her mum to Festival of Quilts, and she does some really innovative techniques combining embroidery and quilting. I mean, it's primarily the quilting and sort of historical stuff on quilting that she's interested in, along with mythology, folklore, and feminist culture. And The reason that she chose to do her PhD at Manchester Metropolitan University was because they had a Handi Quilter. So she had a potential, as I understand it, this is what she said, that she had a potential to have a place at a university in London, one of the top ones there. And she actually chose Manchester Met because it had the long arm, which is phenomenal. So Manchester Met is one of a number of universities and colleges that have got a Handi Quilter in their textile department. That's something that you might not realize, but actually this is a great opportunity for the students to have a go on long arm quilting, you know, in sort of when they're really new in their sort of art career, and see what can be done with stitch. So Manchester Met has had their, they've got the Forte, not the Forte, the Fusion with Pro Stitcher on it since, I think we installed that in about 2012. And it's incredible. It's fully booked. It's absolutely used not 24/7, but you know, every opportunity the students will use it. And we go up every year and service the machine, and always are blown away by how much it's used. So Manchester Met, it's also Anglia. We've also got Anglia Ruskin University. They've got an Amara, a Yale College in Wrexham, and we just heard that Pete, you know a bit more about this.
Yes, one of the textiles department at one of the Birmingham universities has just acquired a Handi Quilter machine as well, and that will be commissioned very soon.
Yeah.
So there's another textile department that will be able to use a Handi Quilter,
which is fantastic. What's great is that Sarah Joy, when she left Manchester, she purchased a Simply 16 on a studio frame. Somebody else who left Manchester Met last year also has now got, they've got a studio down at Deptford in London, and they now have a Handi Quilter as well. So, you know, we're delighted because it gets a totally different group of people using the long arms in a very creative way, who are traditionally probably not the demographic of quilting that you would expect. So it's absolutely brilliant. So Sarah Joy, her work is in numerous collections, including the Whitworth in Manchester, Pitt Rivers Museum in Oxford, the One Archives in Los Angeles, and the Bishopsgate Institute in London. So, you know, it's just, yeah, it basically is another creative outlet, isn't it? You know, long arm quilting gives you the ability to draw and stitch instead of using paint or other media, which is fabulous. Orders at the show. Do you want to talk a little bit about orders at the show, Pete? Because you've kind of been working on that bit. Do you want to sort of mention? I
have been. Yes, we had a lot of orders at the show. I've been working my way through them. If you haven't heard from me yet, we will be in touch early next week, and in fact, we'll be ready to start shipping machines next week for orders taken at the show. So you'll hear from me very soon. We're putting everything together, picking out all the accessories, and getting pallets loaded, ready for installation. So yes, one of the reasons we have our large warehouse here is that we keep the machines in stock. So in most cases, we can deliver very quickly after order.
Yes, it is. I think sometimes, you know, people are surprised by the fact that, you know, when they say, I'd like one, when can I have it? When would you like it is often the answer, unless we've sold out. So, you know, it's fantastic that we got so many orders at the show. So thank you to everybody who placed an order for a Handi Quilter at the show. We look forward to welcoming you to the Handi Quilter family, which, as you'll have seen as you walk around the show, if you saw lots of these badges, you'll know there's a lot of quilters out there. And it gives you access to some fantastic opportunities on education, and we'll be announcing more about that in due course. But talking about education and workshops, if you've got a Handi Quilter recently, and you get a free workshop, the foundation workshop, as part of your purchase, then we've got spaces on our 16th of November, a workshop for the foundation, which might be great timing if you're getting your machine in the next few months. And you can book, we'll give you the code when your order is close to shipping or just after it's been shipped. And it gives you the code so that you can discount the cost of the class to zero. Plus, Carolyn and I are doing a virtual foundation workshop. If you've not been able to take part in the foundation workshop for any reason, like, you know, the distance to travel to the showroom, by the time you've factored in a flight and, you know, travel, or even if it's just like, you know, commitments make it very difficult for you to get away, and we do appreciate that that does happen for some of our customers, we are now offering a virtual foundation workshop. It'll be on the 17th of November, and Carolyn, James and I will be running that together from here. So anything else on that? Oh, Pro Stitcher. I think there's a couple of spaces left on Pro Stitcher Workshop in October, which is with our lovely Handi Quilter ambassador and educator Linda Jackson. She's doing 2 days on Pro Stitcher and 2 days on Designer. It's primarily for people, I should maybe make this clear, it's really for people who've already got Pro Stitcher. It's not like try out Pro Stitcher. You do need to have an Amara or something else with a Pro Stitcher on it, really, or Pro Stitcher Lite for your Moxie. Pro Stitcher Lite, Pro Stitcher Premium, now called Pro Stitcher Connect. Anybody who's got a machine with that on, it's really for you. Angela Walters rulers. Angela came to, we should have got her to sign all the Angela Walters rulers. Where are they hanging?
She was a bit busy.
She was a bit busy.
Oh, we haven't got around to hanging those up yet.
I'm looking around the showroom going, where are they? We've got so much stuff to put out. This showroom was practically empty, so getting it back together. Pete was handling all the orders, but we had a fair amount of help from both, everybody who helped us set up the showroom. Derek and Mark and Pauline have been in and helping us do that, but it takes quite a while. So the Angela Walters rulers, we love them. We absolutely love them. Yeah, they are in that drawer, aren't they? Oh, shall I have a go? I can have a go. I haven't used them very much because we only just got them in just before the show. So that meant that I didn't really have a chance to practice them, and I need to watch Angela's videos, which you can watch to see which ones might suit you. Would you be able to get me a Sherpa? I'm going to do a bit of free motion quilting demo. Let's just talk about the ruler settings on the ST. Oh, I need a little bin here. I need a little bin for my threads. I don't like to just drop threads on the floor. It gets caught in my Hoover. And then I spend ages unplugging the bits. So this Amara ST comes on the lift table. The little magic eyes, these sensors in here, they tell me how fast, they tell the machine how fast it's been stitching. We've got an extra optional table over here. So you can put that on either or both sides. Optional drawer as well. Special offer, it includes the drawer. So bear that in mind. That's one of the things that you could do. Now, I've got these little sweet spots, these things here. They've got like a velour underside, which basically means I can rest my hands on them. I've still got my funky blue metallic nail varnish from the show. And then you're just ready to go. Oh no, all you have to do is think about is stitching. You don't have to think about the practicalities of anything other than just, and you can adjust your settings. So I've got it on cruise. I'm going to increase the cruise speed a little bit just to, so it just feels, whoops, something fell off. Ooh. Pete put something on the table. The vibration, a little bit vibrate. Well, it's some plastic, isn't it? Oh, this is so nice. So nice. So when you're quilting a big piece of quilting and you've got this bit at the front, my recommendation would be that you do this so it doesn't drag on the front. That does help a lot. When you're demoing and the camera is on the side, just make sure you don't have a slack jaw attitude. It never looks very good when your mouth drops open. So trying desperately not to go slack jawed. So I can just do this. I've got my settings on. I will be doing free motion quilting with 12 stitches per inch. I'm in cruise, anywhere between 150 and 250. That was 150. Now 250 basically means that it will keep sewing even when I pause.
It's obviously something that isn't obvious from watching a video, but one of the things that's noticeable about this new machine is just how quiet it is.
It is quiet.
And smooth. Now, the Amara is a very smooth machine, and they've certainly replicated that in the sit-down version here.
I tell you what, when you first start stitching from a stop, you don't get any sudden like surge or anything like that. It's just smooth. I think that's really the motor. You know, it's a different motor on the Amara, so it's got a synchro motor, and it gives you a really, really smooth feel. That's why that Amara is so popular. Not only is it a beautiful stitch, but it just has the control over the stitch, even when you're starting and stopping.
And it's an extremely fast machine as well, so you won't outrun.
I won't outstitch that. So let's just have a look. How would we do some rulers? Oh, you just, listen, just watch Angela Walters, but you know, let's just talk about how we change it.
And you can get you a tool.
Oh yes, I need a little Allen key just to do that. So just bringing up my bobbin thread, I can just snip that off because this isn't an award-winning prize that's going to win first prize at the Festival of Quilts. Oh, talking about award-winning prizes, I don't know everybody who won at Festival of Quilts because we just didn't have time to go to the show, the presentation. But congratulations to Vendulka, and she won a couple of awards. With Rosemary Muntus, they won the Overlay Long Arm Quilting Award, and that was for a quilt that was designed by Rosemary Muntus, who's a lovely customer. She's actually got a sit-down machine. It's made by Handi Quilter. It's the FAF, and the FAF Power Quilt is 16. But it was quilted by Vendulka, that particular quilt, which was in the two-person category. They got second for the two-person, but they got first for the overlay for machine quilting. It was a piece that Rosemary had designed using Corel Draw, actually. It was printed on fabric, and it was a stunning quilt. And I've got a lovely interview with Vendulka talking about the quilt, which I'll post on. Let me make sure I haven't lost my. That's right. Which I'll post on Facebook and YouTube. Actually, it goes straight onto YouTube. Then Vendulka also won the modern quilts category. What was interesting about that? You know, who was that fantastic quilter who did that amazing exhibition? You brought over her postcards, American, last year. No, year before last. Oh, what's her name? I didn't have time to go and see her stuff.
Oh, yes, I know who you mean.
But anyway, Vendulka did a class with her.
Okay.
Remotely.
I've forgotten the name. That's 2 years ago.
It's 2 years ago. Yeah, I just kind of really quickly had a look at her stuff, but I didn't have time to talk to her. Anyway, Vendulka did the class with this particular person whose name I can't remember. And that helped her with the design of her modern piece, which was based on a painting from the 1917. Anyway, Vendulka got that, but Vendulka's son also won.
Sheila Frampton Cooper.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lorraine Gray.
Sheila Frampton Cooper. I would love to do that. I really wanted to do that class.
Her stuff is great.
It's fabulous.
I spent a long time looking at her exhibition when it was at Festival.
Yeah, you weren't on the stand for ages chatting. No, it was great. Because that's the kind of thing you love, isn't it?
It is,
well, the design is quite amazing.
I like the design and artistry that people apply these machines to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible. So that really helped Vendulka. And Vendulka's son, Balthazar, got a first in the, was it sixth?
Second, I think.
Oh, he got a second? Okay, I beg your pardon. He got a prize anyway. So congratulations, Balthazar. Now, ruler foot. So I sneakily changed the ruler foot. Use the Allen key to change the foot, and that means that we can do ruler foot work, because when you do ruler work you need the deeper rulers like this one, which
is... So the Angela Walters rulers that we sell are the 1/4 inch thick rulers, which are suitable for all long arms. They may not be suitable for your domestic machine.
Look at that, it goes in there like that. Okay, I've not used any of Angela's rulers, but I was watching her as she was using this. It's really interesting how she gets the lineups. Yeah, the thing about ruler work, I'm just going to mention the thing about ruler work, is you have to play. You absolutely have to play with the rulers. You can't just, I don't think you can just know it from a video. You've got to, what's that done? Oh. Okay, right. Let's just do that. And if I just use this. Oh, so it was interesting what Angela was saying about, I've got it on 12 stitches per inch, cruise of 50. And what that gives me is control. it means that when I put my foot on the presser foot, it's not feeling hard to push. So she would go to the end like that. That's right. And then come down this way. Ah, I see. I see. So you line that up with what you've just stitched. Oh, clever. Oh, I like that. Oh, no, it's got to go there. There, just there. So lining that up with the what you've just stitched over here enables you then to get, well, that was, I kind of moved. And then I guess we can go down here. Brilliant demo. Just watch the YouTube video with Angela. This one you can also use the inside. And, oh, there's the arcs and things like that fell on the floor. Smiley.
You want smiley?
Oh, I've got two of those, dot to dot. Okay. I think Angela might have left those. Taj. I love this one. Taj. Smiley's good. What's interesting is when someone uses a ruler a lot, they have things like this for, you wouldn't think of doing. You just think, oh, just go over the top. Going over the top is a pain because you get, like, you go beyond the point, whereas with this, you actually stop. So I think it demonstrates that if you buy certain makes of rulers, you get a better result. Definitely. They have useful little alignment things on it, which is not what you get with everybody's rulers.
I'm messing up all your previous free motion work.
Yeah, I didn't really plan that. Okay. So alignment to the edge of a block, or alignment to the edge of a block. And this helps as well for sort of lining it up with what you've just done. So, great.
Yes. So Annette says that she bought one at the show to have a play. Mm-hmm. I think one of my favourite moments of the show actually is I was working on the... I was talking to Angela and her husband on the stand.
This was great.
But she was hidden from most of the people who were on the stand or walking past the stand. She was sort of standing behind the ruler unit.
Yeah.
And on my left-hand side, I had the people who were doing the checkouts and selling products. And they were just selling an Angela Walters ruler to a customer who asked the person running the till a question about whether it would work with her particular domestic machine. Now, our staff didn't know that answer, so they turned to me, and I said, I don't know the answer to that either, but just hold on a moment. And I turned to my right, and I said to Angela, I said, I have somebody here who will be able to answer that question for you. And I brought into the conversation Angela Walters. I said, let me introduce you to Angela Walters, who will be able to answer that question. She was completely stupefied.
Yes, as you would be. It's absolutely brilliant. The timing of that is extraordinary, isn't it?
It was great.
I absolutely love it.
It was
great story. Really good story. Well, listen, unless we've got anything else, Pete, that is all I've got on my list. Have you got anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so.
No.
I'd like to have a rest this weekend, please.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Grandchildren are arriving. Yeah, 2 and 4. So as you can imagine, we're going to have a busy old time. And I'm looking forward to playing some football in the garden with the grandchildren. So from our Pinhole Quilting showroom to you out there quilting, I hope you have a lovely weekend wherever you are in the world. Enjoy. And we look forward to seeing you, I think, next week, don't we? Because I don't know if there's anything in the diary, but we'll be here, I think. Facebook Live, 3 p.m. on Friday. We'll catch up with you then. So have a great week, everybody, and happy quilting.